Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam, and this is It Belongs in a Museum. Now, the gist of these videos is it's a series. We're on our 51st episode. Is that I take a couple of games down from my shelves and I talk about them, why they're in my collection, why they haven't been played in a long time. You know, there's a number of different things that we go over, but I also do a little bit of an unboxing. Now, usually the idea behind these games is that they are older games. So the arbitrary number of years that I've put onto these games to be considered old is 5 years. So they are 5 years old or older. Those are the things that we're talking about. And of course, I did take the line, "It belongs in a museum," from Indiana Jones, to which you should dutifully reply, "So do you, Dr. Jones." And of course, I'm not Dr. Jones, but that's that. That's what we do here. And I want to thank you for joining me. Now, if that were all we did, that would be fine, well, and dandy. But it's not. We also make a game out of it, because this is a gaming channel after all. So we do like to play a little bit of a game, and it's a contest. And so what we do is that I will give you a couple of clues when we go over each of these two games, and whomever answers correctly or correctly guesses what game we're going to go over next, I'm going to... Oh, gosh, what in the world is going on? It's like Mount Vesuvius here. Not really, because nothing's coming out, but it feels like that. Air. Anyway. So whomever guesses correctly the next game that we're going to go over, I'll have you send me an email with your shipping information, and I'll send you a surprise in the mail. And it'll basically be a sticker, a Flipside sticker. It looks like that right there. And a gaming surprise of some kind. It could be a gaming accessory of something that I have laying around that I don't use anymore, or it could be a game that I don't play anymore, I don't see coming back to the table very often. It could be a number of different things, but I'll send you a surprise in the mail, and that will be, of course, free of charge to you. And that's just something we do to make it a little bit of a giveaway and a little bit more fun. So that's what we do here on the Flipside. I do want to say hello to everyone. Philip Zomberg is here, and so do you. Oh, I'm on top chat. I need to go to live chat. There we go. So, hi, Sam. Hi, Micah. Hi, Micah. Micah's saying hello to Philip. Tired of waiting. Starts flipping tables. You shouldn't stop. You shouldn't stop being patient. Be patient, Lucas. David Brownlee is here. Howdy, howdy. Got Argent the Consortium off the shelf of shame last night. First impression is it's a little meaner than most worker placement games. Interesting. I've never played the Consortium, Argent. So cool. I must have forgot he scheduled 15 minutes early. No, I didn't forget. I scheduled 15 minutes early. I am streaming, right? Yes, I am live. All right, cool. Must have forgot he scheduled it 15 minutes early. No, I didn't forget. As a matter of fact, I did that because I have to be done 15 minutes early so I can get back to the other side of town and pick my son up from strength and conditioning for the freshman football team. So, yeah, I did that on purpose, but I had a lot of things to do this morning, and traffic was not cool. Even though here in these small little two towns, it felt like I got stopped by every single light, and usually that doesn't happen. But it felt like this morning I had to stop every single time I had a chance to stop at a stoplight. So it is what it is. Luke Syra, what's everyone's thoughts on Taiku Game acquiring Gamelins? Wow, I didn't know that. And I guess my initial impression, if the leadership of Gameland Games is able to stay intact and they're able to keep control over the company, and they're going to be continuing to get paid from how their games do. And if the leadership from Gameland Games is able to stay in, I'm cool with it. Family Maple says, hi all. Hello, Family Maple. Good to have you. Thank you for being here. Surprise Tycoon has the flat cash flow to acquire so many titles at once. Yeah, so am I. But in another... People can change, I guess. And so let's hope that people have changed. I'll just say it that way. And we'll hope. I've not been affected by anything that Dan has done, but I know people who have. And so it's hard for me to be excited. But at the same time, I do have to believe that people change and that people learn from mistakes and from things that they've done in the past. So I'm hoping that that is the case. And maybe it's a good thing that, and let's I guess let's say it that way. Maybe it's a good thing that otherwise maybe Gameland was going to go by the wayside and their stuff wasn't going to be available anymore. Maybe that's the case. So maybe this is a good thing because of that. But again, I don't know. I don't know details. I just know a lot of things that I've had hearsay from the people involved. But I'm just not connecting to it. That's my only connection to it. So I don't want to say too much because I don't know too much. But it is what it is. There are some good games, including older games, in the Amazon Prime Day sale. But the sale prices I've seen have not been good enough to trigger an impulse to buy. Interesting. Okay. Go For It Painting is here. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Luke Shirus. Also, there are not enough songs about board games. We have several about arcade games and video games, but none about the board games. Nah, I don't see that that's necessarily a bad thing, but okay. Already have Gameland Games I want, so no impact on me, David Brownlee says. I finished my day up early. This is great timing. Well, awesome, Vanessa. Early, that's cool. Yeti in the Mist is here. What's up, Yeti? Good to see you. Yeti, did you get your package? Please let me know if you did. Because I did send it out last week, so I just would like to hear back if so. I haven't checked my email in the last couple of days, so if you emailed me, that's cool too. No worries. That's so frustrating. It seems like anytime I'm in a hurry, I get every red light, right? They also picked up other titles like Canvas, Trailblazer, and some Simon games earlier this year. Yes, I know that. I did know about that, Luke. The Gameland Games acquisition was something new. I didn't know about that. Speculation, maybe the Gameland leadership was looking to step down, so selling the company might be a win-win. That's also true, but I also really like the dudes at Gameland Games. They're good dudes. So that would be another sad point for me, that they would no longer be in the industry. That's why I was hoping that they were able to stay on. But maybe that is the case. They're looking for an off-ramp, and if that's the case, then more power to them. Sure did, and my daughter and wife are looking forward to playing Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, there you go. Thank you again, good sir. You are welcome. Thank you for being a part of the channel and being a part of the community. We appreciate that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to this. Let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, shall we? I need to. The first game that I'm going to get that we're going to go over is actually a game that I have not actually opened yet. Now, I have played it. I just haven't played this copy of the game. So there's that. So it's still in shrink. And this is a little bit of, this is a therapy couch session, if I may say so. Because I do need to get this game played. I bought it because I remember enjoying it when I played it with the Dice Tower, and we bought it up here, and it just hasn't hit the table since I bought it, and I've had it for almost 2 years now, which some people would say, get rid of it. Jessie hasn't played it yet, so I want to see if she likes it, so I guess I just got to get it to the table, but I'm falling into the trap of, you know, all these games keep coming in and all these games that I want to pick up, and first world problems, people. All right, so this game was created in 2019, so 6 years ago. It's also the younger of the two games that we're going to be talking about, so it's good that we do the younger one first and we'll do the older one next. But this one was done in 2019, and that's when it was published. And there is one mechanism. I usually give you two mechanisms. There's only one, and it's tile placement. So those are your two clues to begin guessing what game we're about to talk about. Tile placement is the mechanism, and the year it was published is 2019, 2019. So go ahead and begin guessing. Now, the first person to guess it correctly is going to get a surprise. Now, if the person who guesses correctly first, which does happen often, has already received a surprise from us, we do like to spread it out a little bit, and so they have the option of giving their winnings away to somebody else that's in chat, or they can just accept their winnings. Either one is fine with me, but that is how things work around here. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Michael, unconscious mind therapy couch session. No, that's not it. It's not old enough. That's a brand new game. Invalid. I don't know what Vanessa is saying invalid for, but invalid with a big red X. The Isle of Cats. Incorrect. Philip Zomberg. Patchworks. Thank you for playing. David Brownlee, The Castles of Burgundy. Vanessa says King Domino. Great game, but no. Pipeline, Michael Joseph says. No. Lucas Shirus says In the Hall of the Mountain King. Negative. Minecraft, Builders and Biomes. Prime Deal. No, that is also not correct. Tommy Miller says Jaws. Great game, but no. Nova Luna. No, that's not correct, Tommy. Fuji Koro, Luke says. No, that's not correct. The Magnificent Family Meeple says. Nope. You haven't played the game, so invalid choice. No, that you weren't listening, Vanessa. No. I said I have played the game. I have played it. I bought it because I have played it and enjoyed it. But I just haven't played this copy of the game. I have played this game. I do enjoy this game. I just haven't played this copy of the game. Tang Garden, David Brownlee says. Nope, that's incorrect. Wow, that is really sweet. So at Dutch Bros this morning, I stopped to get Michael, Aiden, something to drink on the way. I also got myself and Jessie something as we were there, and then I dropped hers off at her work. I got an iced sugar-free mudslide mocha with no soft top, and it is very sweet. Suoro. Phoenix Rising is incorrect. Tang Garden, we already said that was incorrect. Philip says Feast for Odin. Micah says Queens. Azul Summer Pavilion, Michael Joseph says. Nope, that is also not correct. Let me give you a couple of more clues. The category is city building. So it is a City building tile placement game produced in 2019. It also has drafting in there as well. From the description, that's not actually, which is weird. It's not listed as a tile drafting game in the mechanisms, but there you have it. A city building tile placement game produced in 2019. Let's see if anybody's got it since. Babylonia, I love Dutch Bros. We don't have them in Pennsylvania, but I got to enjoy one in Orlando. I think I stopped there 4 times. Suburbia with a question mark. No, that's also not correct. Stefan is here. What's up, Stefan? Good to see you. Thank you for being here, bud. Am I going to have to continue giving you guys ideas? Your board game geek foo is failing you today. Or people are just holding back. Micah says City Skyline, no. Tommy Miller says Copenhagen, no. Or Copenhagen, whichever you'd like to, however you'd like to pronounce that. What is the correct way to say that? Is it Copenhagen or is it Copenhagen? Super Snipers, Yeti in the Mist says. No. Old West Impresario. Ooh, that's actually a good game. I enjoy that one, but no. Ryan isn't here either. That is true. That is correct. There are 5 pages on BGG. It's going to take some time. Tapestry. No. Incorrect. Tikal, Philip Zombrick says. No, that's not correct either. Puerto Rico, Marshall Thompson says. No, Marshall. It's a classic, though. Much older than 2019 as well. You guys know that you can put in the search engine, the advanced search engine of BGG, click in the search box, and then it'll say advanced search. Click on that, and then you can actually choose the year. You can put 2019 to 2019, and then you can go down to the mechanism and category and click those 2 things and click submit, and that should give it to you. Sprawlopolis Beaches. No, that's not correct. I think Luke is just shopping right now over on Amazon, and he's just typing in random titles. I think that's what's happening. Micah got it. Boom. Bloomtown. Isle of Skye. Ooh, good game. Now, Micah just beat out by seconds Tommy Miller. They both got it at the same time, pretty much. But Micah's did get in there she did get in there first. So Micah is our winner. Micah, you can choose to receive another gift, or you can give it away to somebody else here in the chat right now that has not yet won. So you make that determination, ma'am, and we'll thank you for it. We will go ahead while you're choosing that. Never heard of that one. It's actually not bad. You'll see in just a few moments the artwork and everything like that. Well, you can see from the box. I'm going to go ahead and take the shrink off. There you go. This is the first time this game has seen free air. There we go. Sidekick Games published this in 2019, and it is designed by Asger Harding Granerud and Daniel Skold Peterson. Now, those 2 individuals, you may or may not recognize their name from another game that has been getting a lot of airtime here on the Flipside the last couple of weeks, and that is Heat Pedal to the Metal. So this is from the same designers as Heat Pedal to the Metal, so that's something that you can kind of put away in the back of your mind as you look at this game. And we're going to go ahead and get down to the table. And while Micah tries to find a, while she decides whether or not she's going to take the prize or give it away to somebody else, we're going to go ahead and get down to the table. and take a look. So we're going to go down here, and there's the box there. Bets on a mess on inside of the unopened game. Well, it had the shrink wrap on it, so I'm hoping it's not a mess, because that means that it wasn't brand new when I bought it. There's not going to be a mess because everything is still in shrink. So here's the rules, and this is one of the cool things that I do like about the game. Okay, so here you have set up on the very first page, and with a illustration, and then on the next page you have how to play, less than a page of rules. Then it talks about game end, and then it talks about scoring and some bonus actions that you can do, and some important reminders down there at the bottom, and that's that. All right, and this gives you an overview of the different buildings that are in the game and how they work and all that kind of stuff. But that's the long and the short of the rules. It's one of the cool things that I like about it. So this is one huge Ziploc bag, and that. We'll turn that over and put it over here so you can look at that. And here is one of the boards. Now, is this the same? Looks like it's the same, but there are two sides, A and B, A and B. Here is the, whatchamacallit, the market, I guess you could say. Everybody's going to have their own board. So everybody has their own board. One side is A and B, the other side is B, and so it has different configurations on either side. And so, and that's the market board there. So again, it is just a bunch of, these are point tokens. They're popping out pretty easily. And yes, you can see that I am actually punching it out now, so I will have to get it played at some point. See, this is why this is a little therapeutic for me, because it allows me to have no recourse after having unpunched it. Well, maybe I shouldn't put that over there. That's going to get in the way. I'll put it over there. So you kind of get the idea, right? And this is the artwork that's in the game. Each of the different houses have different things on them. So, you have red houses and blue houses, yellow houses, pink, purple, and then green parks. So let's see, I can put a stack here. These are reds over here. I think that's a red. I think reds are residential type stuff. That looks like red, that looks like red. Or maybe urban, I don't know. I have no idea. Blues. But let's see. So it is just a city building tile placement game. We already talked about that, but I just haven't got it back to the table, and I do enjoy these two designers' work. It's one of the reasons why I went ahead and took it, or got it, is because I do remember liking it. We did play it more than a few times when we were at the Dice Tower. We did a review on it and all that other kind of stuff, and I just haven't been able to get it back to the table yet. So that's why. Wanted to do that. But, oh, look at that first player token. Woot, woot. Look at that bad boy. So nice. All right, we've got yellow buildings. These are not flimsy, but they are not thick tiles. But, you know, they're pretty sturdy. They're coming out of these cuts pretty well as too. But some of the edges, as you can see here, some of the edges are getting a little bit of that little taggy stuff on there. So I'm gonna have to go through and take all of that off. But it's just on the edges, which isn't that bad. So most everything is going pretty good though. There's only been a few stragglers. And it's probably partially my fault because I'm trying to hurry and getting through all of these. But anyway, who in the chat has played this? Anybody? I know somebody already said that they've never heard of the game before, so there's that. Oh, a couple of tags there. I'll get those off. Purple, yellow, bean. That tag off of there. So that's done. And last one. So we are going to have to get another bag for all of these points that we have, because there's only one bag that came in the box. And there is definitely the need for more than one bag. I would imagine that tags, oh, that one was on a weird spot. Those are over there. And more parks. All right, that goes over there. Oh, that was a big tag. All right, so all those go here. So that gives you the idea of everything that's in the game. And the box. So what I think I'll do here is we'll put all of these into the bag. I'm probably going to have to separate them later on again, but who knows? There we go. So lackluster when you when you diminish it like this, but that goes in there. Let me go get a couple more bags. Okay, let's see. We probably need one of these for our point tokens here. That fit nicely. And you know what? These can go in there as well. Bink. All right, now I am without excuse, people. And the cool thing about this, I believe, is that these are going to fit right in here. And the game, when I opened it, had some lid lift because of all of those things. But now, it fits very nicely, as you can see. So that is Bloomtown 2019 from Sidekick Games, designed by Granerud and Pedersen, the designers of Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Boom. All right. So let's see here. So is here someone who hasn't won before? There you go. Probably should have taken the drink off. I'm pretty sure that's the only copy left. I bet the lid is somehow upside down. No, I don't think so. Oh, more punch boards for Jess. You say that, But here's the thing. When I was dropping off her chai this morning, there were kids with these things, and they were actually doing, playing with them, using them as stencils and so forth. It is a fact that she uses these things with her kids, and the kids love them. So there you have it. I'd recommend this for Time on our Tuesday, but you don't do it anymore. I know we're trying to get back to it. We literally are, but at some point, yes, we will do it for the time-honored live stream. How's that? Whether it's on a Tuesday or not. If you have played the game, but not your copy, do you still count it as being on the shelf of shame? Well, here's the thing. Tommy Clay is here. What's up, Tommy? Good to see you, buddy. Yes and no. Not on my shelf of unplayed games shame, but it's on my shelf of shame because I bought it because I'm pretty sure Jesse's going to love it, and we just haven't played it yet because there's so many more things that are coming out and coming in and all that kind of stuff. So yes and no. No, it's not on my shelf of shame of games that I have purchased and never played. But it's on my shelf of shame of games that I purchased, wanted to play this copy of it. I have played it before. So there you have it. It kind of fits, but it kind of also doesn't. By the way, Heat Pedal to the Metal is on sale, Prime Day deal. Go check it out, people. I personally would not include it on my shelf of shame. And that's the thing. I don't either because I have played this. I just haven't played this copy of it. It's unknown to me. Never heard of it, but I like the isometric city art. There you go. Grand Austria Hotel is the Prime Day offer that I'm considering. Ooh, cool. But I really do need another... Do I really need another game? No, David, you don't. That's the thing. Nobody needs a new game because it's not going to sustain your life. So that is not a need. You might want a new game, though. So there you have it. I wasn't even aware it was Prime Day. I neither need nor want any more new games. That is correct. Rob German is here. What's up, Rob? Good to have you. David Brownlee says, yeah, we have a few more punch boards to bring to Steamers for Jess. Cool. I personally don't count games that I've played before on my shelf of shame, even if my specific copy is unplayed. Yeah. I think that's a good delineation for shelves of shame. It's that games that you have purchased and have never played. I think that needs to be the delineation. All right, TI4. All right, so that was Bloomtown. Micah. Did you find someone? Anyone? I didn't see that you did. So anybody want to raise your hand and take the winning that Micah has won? We need to make that determination before we move on, because we want to make sure that we can keep things separate. So we'll keep this right here for right now. I still have Photo Tour in Shrink. It arrived like 3 months ago. Well, we went over to Zulu's Board Game Cafe, the new location in Linwood, and I bought Parks. Now, I didn't buy the new version of Parks. I specifically bought the old version of Parks with the old expansion because I like that the way it looks better than the way the new one looks. And so, but it's a game that I've played multiple times. So it's not on my shelf of shame, but it is sitting right over there, waiting to go onto my shelves. We're probably going to play it before, because I don't know that Jessie has played it, so I want to see how she likes it. But it's a game that I wanted, and I purchased it because of how it looked. I like the older version better, so that's a interesting thing. Send it to her. I will. I absolutely will. But Micah asked if anybody is here. If nobody wants to take it, I will absolutely send Micah a gift. That is not a problem at all. The old version has better artwork. That's exactly correct. That's exactly why I did it. I must be in the minority. I absolutely love the new the new park's artwork. Sam, if you're giving now a welcoming game, can I wish you to give it to someone at your church with greetings from me from Finland? Yes, I will absolutely do that. So here's the thing. I have dark quarters, new and shrink, and don't want it. Okay, here's what I'd like you to do, Micah. Send me an email with a little blurb, and I will put that in the box along with the sticker and give it to somebody at my church, in my church gaming group. And I'll even, if you'd like, I'll give it to one of the ladies of our church. Maybe that can be a little bit of a pen pal type thing starting up. Whatever you'd like to do. But yes, I'd be very much willing to do that. So that's what we'll do. But Mike, I still need to send you. Need you to send me an email. All right, next one. We've got that settled. Next one. Here we go. This one was published in 2014. So this is going on 11 years old. It's the two of the mechanisms involved: dice rolling and end-game bonuses. Dice rolling and end-game bonuses. Those are two of the mechanisms employed, and 2014 is the year it was published. So there you have it. The new parks and trekking the national parks are Prime Day deals, Luke says. I still count games as being on the shelf of shame until I have derived some use from the purchase. TI4 dice? Nope. I don't even know that exists. Luke Shira says Spurs, a tale in the old West. That is not correct. Luke then says Artifacts Incorporated. And Behind the Five Seals. Luke is just like typing titles. That's all of them. All right. Well, I guess one of them is correct then, isn't it, Luke? That is correct. Artifacts Incorporated is the second game that we're going to go over. I saw the new parks at a museum in... Oh, a museum in Salem, Massachusetts. Oh, it was for sale in the museum. Okay, I got it. Okay, well, Luke is correct. So, Luke, you make the determination if you'd like a new prize or if you'd like to give your winnings to somebody else in the chat. You may go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Artifacts Incorporated. It says, run your own artifact hunting company in 1929. Now, this is made by Red Raven Games. It was published by Red Raven Games in 2014. And Red Raven Games has still a fairly unique thing where the designer of the game is also the artist of the game and is also the owner of the company. So Ryan Lockett is the designer of the game. He is also the artist and the owner of Red Raven Games. He's done the Near and Far series. He's done a couple of other titles. He actually has done the artwork on one of the Game Topper playmats that I own. One of my favorite ones. It's got all these different hues of green. It's one of those things where he is somewhat of an enigma. Is that the right word? Maybe not. Prodigy, maybe. Where he is very good at artwork. He's also very good at game design, and he's also very good at running a company, and he's also a really cool person as well. He's very humble. He's very nice. When he's talking to you, it feels like he is interested in what you're saying. He's not just, you aren't a stop while he's doing something else. So it's just one of those things. And so Ryan Lockett's one of those good people that are in the industry that if you ever get to meet him, you'll know exactly why. But you're running your own artifact hunting company in 1929. The dice represent your adventures, and you send them on missions by placing them on cards, and then you earn cash and reputation by selling your artifacts to the museum. So let's go ahead and get down to the table and take a look. So Artifacts Incorporated. Artifacts Inc. Sam's Body Parts. I don't think so. Those tattoos would be ink, not ink. I've seen trekking being sold at a lot of places. It's also being sold along parks at the Maritime Museum. There you go. All right, so here we go. Artifacts Incorporated. And that's the entirety of what's in the box. So you have these different cubes, I believe, for the different players. And then you have your money and your dice. So the kind of dice that are in here, I also like these kinds of dice. These are probably my favorite kinds of dice that are in existence. I like these little tiny rounded corner dice. I just think, I don't know, they're the most aesthetically pleasing when you roll them. And that's just my opinion. But I don't like really angular dice. I love rounded corner dice. Here is just the score track. And then you also have I'll go ahead and put this like that. You also have the rule book here. So you have components down here at the bottom. Then you have a game setup, and this is what it's going to look like basically. And playing the game, all the different actions you can do. Game end. So it's not a very involved game, but I think it's one of those games that is fun as you play through it. So again, these components aren't ground-shakingly great, but they are quality, all right? These are just wooden cubes in the different player colors, and then you have all of these different kinds of cards. So you can go out and do guide work for, you have to put a 1 or higher here, and you get $1 for doing that. Private collectors, you can sell, you have to put a die here that's 1 or higher, and then you can sell any artifacts you have, and you gain $1 for each one. Also gain $1 per unique artifact type beyond the first. So that's another place that you can go. All of the different museums, and they all have, if I can just put this out here for a minute. So you have guide work, then you have these museums. So you can put, and the museums have different things down here. So you have different kinds of museums. So you're going to sell this kind of artifact to this kind of artifact to this kind of artifact and this kind of artifact. But in order to do that, you have to place a 2, a 1. So I guess this one would actually be over here like this. So you have to play a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in order to sell in these different places. You have a first player token, And then I believe these are all just, this kind of goes in the center here. And then this is the actual artifacts that are in the game. All right, but just to kind of showcase some of his different artwork, I'll go ahead and put this out here. That's on the... So you kind of get the idea, right? There isn't a whole lot of... Well, that's one of these. I guess I'll put that out there. That goes here. So there is the... Oh, you have some more artwork here as well. So you kind of get the idea, right? It's good stuff. But I just enjoy the game. And it's a cool... I like the theme as well. So that just gives you a good idea of what's in Artifacts Incorporated. All right, so Luke, did Luke figure out what's happening here? Let's see here. Roll for It Deluxe has a lot of those smaller dice. We use them for Liar's Dice too. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so this is going to go here. What's going on, Luke? Did we find out what's happening as far as if you're going to take the prize or if somebody else is going to take it? Boom, boom, boom. Bing! Artifacts Incorporated. I assume there's still no takers from before. Well, that's true. But I know that there are a good number of people. I don't believe Family Meeple has won. I don't recall Marshall Thompson having won. So those could be a couple of takers. But it's up to you guys. And it's up to Luke. Does not matter to me. Somebody just needs to speak up. All right. That is that, though. So we looked at... I have received a prize before. Family Meeple says. I don't recall, but that doesn't mean anything because my brain doesn't work well. That is quite all right. Luke, you make the decision, bro. And I'm still... Daryl has not got back to me about your missing... or rather your neglected water bottle. Marshall says, sure, thank you. All right, here we go, Marshall. No, what did I just do? Close that. Oh, no. Bank. Such an idiot. There we go. I don't know if that actually disrupted anything, but probably did. All right. So, Marshall Thompson, you need to email me your shipping information at this email address. Flipside, obg@gmail.com. Got to head back to the shop. Glad I could hang out for a bit. Good to see you, Vanessa. Thank you for being here, girl. Appreciate you. Be safe. Marshall, send me an email at flipside, obg@gmail.com, and give me your shipping information. And we will get you something in the week here coming up. I just saw that Forest Shuffle is a Prime Day deal. Good one. Don't do it. Stickers are propaganda for his world domination plan. Step 1. Nope. That is not correct. It's funny though. All right. Well, that is about that. I usually try to keep these to about an hour long, and we are just shy of an hour. And I need to get on the road to go pick up Aiden from strength and conditioning practice. So I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you for joining us today, though. We appreciate you. Come on back tomorrow for a live solo play. No. We're actually going to do a review tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Thursday, we will also be doing a live solo play of Race 2 from the 1962 Championship Series for Heat Pedal to the Metal. I believe we are in, I want to say we're going to be in the USA. No, France. It's going to be on the France track on Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be a live review. I'll get that scheduled later on today or early tomorrow morning. And we'll be good to go. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.